Hi, this is Sheldon Bruce.
And this is Kelly Bruce.
And this is a Triple L podcast. Triple L stands for Love, Life, and Laughter according to Kelly and Sheldon Bruce. How you doing, babes?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent, you know what I mean?
Can't complain?
Not at all.
You can complain, but I don't listen to you, so.
I wouldn't listen to you either, so it wouldn't make a difference. Could we at least get through 30 seconds before you start picking on me? 30 seconds.
I didn't pick on you.
People, listen to me. 30 seconds does not pass in this podcast, and Kelly starts to pick on me.
I didn't pick on you.
Yeah, you were.
That's not picking on you.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
Pointing out a fact.
If you call it a fact, but that's not a fact, babes.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I said, welcome to the Triple L podcast. This is actually our third episode.
Yes, it is.
Give me a fist bounce.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we made it to... You passed first you have the initial one, which is the hardest one to do. And then you have the sophomore. And after you pass the sophomore, you get into the real deal. So we're into the real deal right now.
Okay.
How are you liking it so far?
So far, good. You know what? I actually look forward to this little time with you. It's good.
Yeah, we get to sit down, chill, pick each other's brain, pick on each other. You know what I mean? Because tonight we have a couple things in store for tonight.
Okay, so can I ask you a favor before we start?
What's up?
So we're not in our usual spot. We're not at home sitting around our table.
No, we're recording from the office tonight.
And I'm in an unusual spot.
Okay.
And your weird Santa Claus is staring at me. Can you turn him around? I do not like that Santa.
Listen, if you guys seen this poor innocent Santa, you guys would die. I don't know what
I do not.
Kelly
I
problem.
don't like him. I don't like him when he's at home. I don't like him here. I don't like that Santa.
Why? What?
And every time I open,
what has
like
he
you
done
put
to
him in the weirdest spots too, right? And then I open the closet door and there's this thing staring at me. Or I come up the stairs and there's the thing staring at me. I swear. Like, how many times have I asked you if you moved him or what happened? Why is the Santa there?
It's just Santa. It's just a little doll.
I don't like it.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna take if you follow us on Instagram, that's Triple L Podcast. I'm gonna take a picture of this Santa. And you guys tell me, is this scary or not?
Okay.
Tell me why you're scared of this.
Let me give you the backstory on why I don't like dolls.
I need to hear this.
So when I was a little girl living in Jamaica, in Trelawney, in the bush. This was before, I don't think we had any street lights that time at that neighborhood. No, I don't think so. So when I was a little girl, my uncle and I are very close in age. Okay. And my uncle and my aunt decided that we were going to go and we're going to watch Chucky. This was when Chucky first came out.
Yeah.
And remember, I didn't have TV at the time at my house. So we walked to the neighbor's house in the dark.
Okay.
With no street lights to go watch Chucky, a doll that kills people, Sheldon.
Okay.
And then I had to walk home.
Yeah.
With my aunt and uncle in the dark. The only thing lighting our way down this dirt road was the moonlight.
So let me ask you something.
I don't like the doll.
Did you see any dolls or anything outside of Chucky? Did you see any other dolls do anything bad or...
Yeah, Chucky too. But I didn't watch them. I have never seen a scary movie since then. And I don't like dolls.
Can I ask you how old you were when you watched this movie?
I think I was probably about 6 or 7.
Okay. You see, because a lady never tells her age, Kelly is a lot older right now than 6 or 7.
I'm not telling my age.
Kelly is a lot older right now than 6 or 7.
I have never seen a scary movie since Chucky. I didn't even make it through Jurassic Park because things started jumping out at me. I was like, no, I'm not watching this. Forget it.
It's not a scary movie, babes.
Things were jumping out at me. I'm not watching it.
It's not that serious.
I don't care.
Childhood trauma. It's serious out there, people. It's serious.
I don't like the doll.
I have to take a picture of this innocent Santa Claus.
He's not innocent.
He's very innocent.
Make sure you zoom in and show them his eyes looking at me.
You know he doesn't even dance anymore.
That is, you see, there you go. That's the worst part. This Santa moves.
He used to move. You plug him in and he would dance.
He's moving, Sheldon.
That was then. He doesn't do it anymore.
I don't care.
You're ridiculous. It's a doll.
I don't like it.
Oh, well, people, yeah, well, if you guys ever wanted to get Kelly a gift for Christmas, her birthday,
Not scary movies.
anything, no scary
No
movies,
dolls.
no dolls, and no snakes.
Yeah, oh gosh, no.
Any
Or worms.
one of those, nope, she's not involved.
Every time it rains and the worms
Yeah.
come out, I cry.
But
Yeah, we
it's
have
not-
that race to the front door.
But it's not as bad. I remember as a kid, worms would really come out.
Yeah, you're right.
Before, yeah, they don't come out as much as they used to.
There are not a lot of worms anymore. I cry less. Let's
Yeah,
put it that way.
least. All right, so let's
No,
review.
it's less, babe.
Yes, least. You cry the least.
Oh, no, it's less.
She cries less. It's less. All right, don't worry. All right, so let's review last week's episode.
Okay.
Last week's episode was about the H&M scandal.
Yes.
About the young boy in the sweater that referred to him as a monkey or had words on it referring to a monkey. And a lot of people were in uproar. Actually, in the aftermath, in South Africa, they closed, I think, either all of the stores or most of the stores temporarily because there was actually vandalism in some of the stores.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. We've seen some of the videos, some of the pictures and stuff through I seen them on Instagram, I seen some on Facebook and stuff like that. So it was serious, and they had to actually
had no
temporarily
idea.
close. Yep.
I wasn't following along. I kind of stopped paying
Yeah.
attention to it.
Yeah.
Work has been kind of busy for the past little while.
Understandable.
And yeah, I just haven't really paid much attention to it. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was getting that bad.
All right. Well, also the mom seemed to have appeared, and she had
yeah.
a few things that she wanted to say. So Kelly, read it off for the people.
So this is the quote that I found from the mom. And she said, "That's my son. I've been to all photo shoots, and this was an exception. Everyone is entitled to their opinion about this. This is one of hundreds of outfits my son has modeled. Stop crying wolf all the time. Unnecessary issue."
All right. Well, she feels that it's unnecessary and it's her child. So, do you think we have a right to feel upset and she doesn't, and it's her child, or you think she's in what people are calling the sunken place?
What's the sunken place?
You've ever watched, what was that movie that we watched the other day where the mom would stir the tea and then the guy would go into the sunken place?
Oh, Get Out.
Get Out, yes. Yeah, so then that's what they were referring to, saying that she's in the sunken place.
So she's been hypnotized. That's what they're getting at.
Basically, you know what I mean? Hypnotized, I guess, basically more from monetary. She got paid. Everybody has a price. She called her price. She got paid. So why should we worry about it? That's her basic sentiment.
Well, she's right. It is her kid. I don't think that claiming that people are crying wolf all the time and
Yeah.
it's an unnecessary issue is appropriate.
Yeah.
Because the reality is that no one's crying wolf.
Yeah.
If you think about our history as people,
Yeah.
like a world full of people, human beings, especially when you think about what's happened in the US and in Canada over the past little while, the reality is segregation ended, 60 years ago?
Yeah, which is...
A lot of those people are still alive.
That was just the other day.
That's not that, it's not that long ago.
At all.
Right? If those people are not alive, their children are still around.
Definitely. So
there's
it's one
still-
generation. It was
it
like
takes
one
many generations
away.
for
Yep.
things to go away. You're looking at a president in office who was alive during that time,
Yep.
whose family has made money on the oppression of people,
Yeah.
and who've made their fortune on the... I'm trying to find the right word that's appropriate, that's not rude.
Yeah.
Let's just stick
Okay.
with the oppression of people.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you can't accuse people of crying wolf
Yeah.
when the issue never went away. It hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
It's still around, and there's still people like that, and it's still happening all the time.
Yeah, and I believe
So,
you.
to some degree, I understand that we are, as a society, we're a little bit overly sensitive right now because a lot of these issues are finally coming to the surface. And a lot of the things that people have been talking about, many people have been talking about for years and years and years, are finally starting to reach the surface. It seems like people are crying wolf because it seems like it's happening every single day. You find another issue coming out. There's always something else coming out.
Right now, yeah, people are, I would say, we're in a hypersensitive society.
I don't necessarily agree that it's hypersensitive. I think what's happening, though, is that a lot of these issues are finally starting to reach the surface.
Yeah.
So these are things that people have been talking about, people have been fighting about, people have been trying to get their voices heard for a very, very, very long time. Yeah. And what you're finding happening now is that we are in a change. We're in a societal change.
Yeah.
And our whole climate, our whole atmosphere is changing. And all of a sudden now, the things that people have been calling out and crying out about before, they're finally being heard. But they're being heard all at once. And so it seems like everybody is overly sensitive. But all of these issues are not issues that are brand new.
Yeah.
There's nothing new about them. No,
it's not brand new. It's just, I guess, because of technology, it exposes stuff more.
That's another thing, too.
So then that's why you may appear to be overly sensitive, or you just might be overly sensitive. It's just really how you see things.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You're absolutely right. We live in a day and age where technology and our ability to communicate is so vastly different than it's ever been before.
We've never been at this point in life ever before.
Right. We can share absolutely anything at lightning speed. Like it's anything. Yeah. Things that we would never be able to talk about before. So when people were talking about mistreatment, it was always just a word of mouth mistreatment. And now we've got video evidence, you've got audio evidence, you have things that you would never have before.
Yeah.
Right. So it feels like it's overly
sensitive,
right,
overly
or it's
complaining,
been exaggerated.
Everything is.
But I don't think that it's necessarily exaggerated. I think what's happening, what you find, is that these issues have been around a very long time.
Yeah.
We're just in a day and age where our climate is changing. There are people who have just kind of said, you know what, we've had enough.
Yeah.
And so everybody is pushing really hard to get their voices heard. And now we all have a platform right in the palm of our hands to let our voices be heard.
But it's a double-edged sword sometimes, because a lot of people make issues out of everything now. Everything cannot be an issue.
Yeah.
Everything can't be. That's impossible. But that's what a lot of people are doing.
Of course it is. You're breathing too loud. That's an issue. Right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make light of this situation.
Yeah. No, but generally, I find that because everybody has a voice, everybody has an opinion, it's just sometimes it's overwhelming and overbearing. It's like, I get it, but it almost seems like we're going too far.
I need a break right now.
Yeah, we're going too far. No, everything can't have an issue, a right, a wrong, a maybe, a this. Where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line?
I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, so we just go ahead, because all these issues clearly have been around from a long time ago.
Right, and I think that we've forgotten that it's not that long ago.
Yeah.
That this wonderful new era of inclusiveness hasn't been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand that a lot of people are worried that people are starting to forget that we haven't had this kind of inclusiveness for a very long time. And they're worried that we'll start to slip back slowly to what it was before. But I think when people continue to make a concentrated effort, it's not... There's nothing difficult about being a decent human being. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to just be a decent human being.
But again, you see, decent is subjective. What I might find decent as a Christian, you might not find decent as an atheist, or as a worshiper of Satan, or as you live in another country. So it's subjective. But I guess just being nice to your fellow neighbor, anybody could do that. Doing nice stuff.
Go back to the same old things that our parents used to tell us when we were kids. Just treat people the way you'd want to be treated. I don't want people treating me like I'm a half person.
Yeah.
I won't treat people that way.
Well, it makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Like if you live by that code, it shouldn't be that hard for you to just be a decent human being.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, but clearly it's not as easy as that, or else we'd have been living good a long time ago.
Yep.
But clearly it doesn't work that way. But hey, what are you going to do? Exactly. All right. So that was...
there you have it.
Yep. That was a wrap up. That's what the mom said about the H&M scandal. If you guys have anything else you guys want to say or talk about the H&M scandal or anything else, feel free to drop us an email at the triplelpodcast@gmail.com. Last week, I fumbled the spelling.
You added 3 extra L's.
Of Triple L Podcast. So, Kelly, can you please spell out the email address so they could get in contact with us?
So it's triplelpodcast@gmail.com.
Perfect. You see, you heard it from her. Anything else you want to discuss, just give us a line there. Or you could also follow us on any of our social networks, which is Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud. And the keyword is Triple L Podcast. You can check us out there. All our previous episodes, anything you want to talk about, just drop us a line. Send us a DM. Send us an email. Send us a private message. Tweet us. We'll talk.
What's a DM?
Talk. A DM. Okay. Remember... If you guys been following us from the first episode,
I don't understand.
You'll remember I told you Kelly is 93 years old.
I am not that old. Stop it.
Okay. What social platform are you on right now?
Facebook.
Okay. Are you on any other platform right now?
No.
Okay.
Half the time I don't even want my Facebook.
Yeah. I'm just introducing her to Snapchat and Instagram right now.
Oh, I made a comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
You made a few. You liked a couple of comments. We had some laughs. So she's getting better. So cheer her on. So usually when you want if you have a statement, a question, or anything on social network, address it to Kelly and we'll force her. We'll make her answer. I'm not answering for you, babes.
No.
Okay, so back to your original question. What is a DM?
Yes.
On Instagram, a DM is it's called a direct message.
Okay.
So you could either speak to people back and forth on your wall, or if I wanted to send you a direct personal message, it's a DM. I'd go to a certain section, send you the message, and we could correspond right there.
What's the difference between that and a private message? Because you said that too.
Private messages on Facebook, so you'd send it through Messenger or whatever.
I hate that.
But Instagram, it's called a DM, a direct message. Platforms, man. You have to understand the lingo.
Okay.
Kelly, get with it. Get with the time.
Sure.
93 years old.
I'll figure it out. I just have never had any interest in using them.
Yeah. That's never really been your thing.
I've never had any interest.
Well, what actually got you onto Facebook then?
I don't even remember.
Because I know you've had MSN.
Yes.
Before, and then that faded out, and then Facebook, but that's where you basically stopped right there.
Basically.
Yeah.
And my Facebook feeds are just full of funny photos. It's just jokes and cats.
Jokes that only she gets.
Nerd jokes.
Nobody else gets them. Nobody else.
They're math jokes. Yeah. Other people get them.
Not even the people putting it out. They just put them out for people that they think is going to get it. And the only one that gets it is Kelly. You're forever. Oh, Kelly. All right. So let's get into a more in-depth topic now. This is more about us.
Okay.
Okay. So January 11th made it 10 years we're together.
Yes.
Okay. May 18th is going to make it 5 years since we're married.
No.
What do you mean no?
May 18th is not going to make it 5 years since we're married.
4 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow. 4 years. Okay. And you see how I was convinced when I said
you were ready to just...
I said, you can't tell me that. You see, but I love you for so long. It just feels so much longer, babes. You believe me, right?
All right.
Putting on extra time on our marriage and stuff.
Moving along.
All right. Okay, back to serious face now. Yeah, okay. So we've been married almost going towards 4 years now. What is the number one question that people ask us all the time?
When are you going to have kids?
Number one question asked.
Then the second
is?
Don't you want any kids?
Yeah. You see, okay, let me go
So
first.
let's explain it to people so they can stop asking.
Okay, I'm going to explain it from my point of view, and then you're going to explain it from your point of view.
We're going to also talk to them. It's going to be a little bit more about our private life, too. Mm-hmm. This whole why we don't have kids.
Yeah. Okay. I see it this way. I'm 42. I'm turning 43 in a little over a month.
Oh, man.
It's all good. I'm good. Mm-hmm. I'm good.
Okay. No, continue. I'm sorry. I'm not going to interrupt
you
anymore.
love old men. So
no, I like
okay.
you.
No, you love old men.
No, I like you.
I'm
just going to zip it so you can finish explaining.
Yeah. I'm trying to put on the serious face.
Yes, that's why I said I'm going to zip it.
The serious one. Okay. Yeah, 42 turning 43 in a little over a month. Okay. What I find is up till today, my life has been amazing. Had some amazing ups and some amazing downs. But what I know in my life is my blessings is not the same as somebody else, and somebody else's blessings is not the same as mine. Mm-hmm. And I figure out from a children point of view that, okay, I know people that their kid has children. And that's the seriousness of it. Right now, my age, a lot of my friends are grandparents. If you're between that 38 to 42 range, a lot of them are grandparents. I'm still working on child, much less grandchild. But most of my peers right now are grandparents. So I just see it as, would we love kids? Of course we would. But I don't know if I've really sat down long enough and really gave it 100% thought. It's just we continue to move along in life, and life has been, as I said, it's been excellent. It's been great. The only thing probably is missing is 2, 3, 4, or 20 children. Me personally, I just want 2, whether it's a boy and girl or
20.
If we could afford 20, would you want 20?
Not physically having 20, but I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So that's really my take on our situation right now.
So why don't you explain to them why? You've kind of explained how you feel about the fact that we don't have children. Okay. Why don't you explain why we don't?
I don't really know what you're asking me.
Why don't you tell the people why we don't have children? Because that's the question they always ask, is why? Don't you want any? And you've already explained, yes, of course we would love to have children.
Okay, let me throw that children back in your court.
Okay.
Because it's, for a man, it's easier for me to probably answer something like that opposed to a woman. So you answer that question there. You answer your own question.
About why we don't have children?
Yes.
Because we can't.
Why do you think so?
Well, the reality is that we've been to the doctors.
Okay.
We've had numerous tests done, and nobody knows why. Everything functions properly. Yeah. We just can't.
So it's not can't as in cannot. It's just we can't as in can't right this very second.
What?
As in, when you say can't,
the doctors don't know why. We cannot have children.
Okay. So everything is on par. Everything seems to be working right. I shake your hand enough times. And
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a serious subject. And you're...
Yeah. I shake your hand enough times, and the more I shake your hand is the less stuff happen.
Yeah. We don't know why.
Yeah.
But the reality is that we at this point cannot.
Okay.
Not that we don't want to.
Yeah.
But I also agree with you that I think that I'm really happy with the life I have.
It's been
I am really
amazing.
Happy.
amazing. As I
So
said, when I say amazing, amazing highs, but amazing lows at the
Right.
exact same time.
So I'm really happy with the life that we have.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the fact that we get to travel the world together. I'm happy with our little home.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the things that we do. I'm happy with the fact that we can just pick up tomorrow and say,
Yeah.
hey, you know what, babes, I've got a couple days off. I'm
go.
not traveling for work. Let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's do something. Let's stay up till 4 a.m. and watch TV. Of course, I would love to have children,
Of
but
course.
it's not happening.
Yeah.
And there's not much we can do about it. Not right now. Let me rephrase. There are options, but I am in no way, shape, or form willing
That you're
to take
willing
those.
to try right now.
Right.
Would you ever think about going the adoption route?
Definitely. Regardless of whether or not we have our own children, I
Yeah.
still think that you and I should adopt a child.
Yeah.
There are far too many children out there and people who need a home, and we have a good home.
Yep.
We're good people. I think that we should,
Yeah.
regardless of whether or not we have our own.
Yeah.
I would like to take in a young child and give them a home and give them a better life than they would have had.
Definitely.
On their
So
own.
you could share our life
That's right.
with somebody, and you could also give them some insights into life also, because what I find is a lot of children, when you leave them, when they're in the system too long, nobody loves them, nobody cares for them.
Or
They
they
don't
feel
have no
that
real
way.
insight into life. They think what they're experiencing, they think that's how life works entirely
All the time.
overall.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's not how it works. And I think, me personally, I would adopt. But again, I don't think I would adopt any more than 2 children.
Okay.
Okay. Would you?
The one question I never asked you when we were talking about this whole thing with children,
Okay.
would you ever become a foster parent?
Foster parent and adoption, generally in my head, seems like the same thing. The only thing
they're
with
not.
foster, I think foster is temporary.
Yes.
And adoption is more permanent. The only trick, I would probably try foster to see if adoption would be the right thing for us. Because with fostering, it's almost like you're testing the waters, because it's not as permanent. You understand?
I don't think I could be a foster parent.
I
know
understand.
there's
I
a special calling.
understand why
There
you say that.
are a lot of phenomenal people
Yeah.
who would be amazing foster parents. I don't think that I could do it.
Yeah.
I think that I get too attached.
Yes.
You know me, I'm an overthinker
Yeah.
about everything, and I
Okay.
nitpick and I obsess over a lot of things.
Okay.
I don't think I could be a good foster parent.
So you would rather just skip the fostering and go straight to adoption then?
I would, if we're going to go that route, then yes.
Yeah. But I understand what you mean with the fostering also. The only thing, me personally, I wouldn't want to be a super revolving door where we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. Where it's just, you're here for a month, 2 months, and then you're gone again. Me personally, I'm going to wonder what happened to the child.
Right.
Is
that's
that child doing good?
This is exactly what I'm saying. I get too attached.
Yeah.
I know my personality and I get very, very attached.
Yeah.
And I think that because I get attached and I also have that obsess over things, I would spend my days wondering and my nights wondering about what happened to those kids.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it.
I understand that's something that we'd really have to look into and talk about and consider. But that's like you're trying, it's like almost like a trial of adopting, because when you bring
It's
somebody
not the
into
same, though, Sheldon.
it's with adoption, you know this is permanent. With foster, you know it's not. But at least you get to test it out. Right now, we don't
test it out?
listen. We don't have children right now. Okay,
So you
That
just want
means-
to test out a kid? I
That's
mean,
not-
I've got nieces and
That's not-
nephews. We could just
That's
have them
not
come
what I
over for a
mean.
month, like, and test it out, quote unquote.
Test, yes.
Like,
That's not what I mean. I mean,
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
but remember, right now we don't have any children right now. So we don't really know what it's like to have somebody depend on us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, basically forever. All right? It sounds nice. Everybody seems to be doing it. But what if we tried it and we
And you didn't want to be a parent
yeah.
anymore?
What? No, and I'm being serious. What if you
Well,
tried
why
it
don't
and
you
you
ask
figured
the parents?
yeah, because right now, remember, our lifestyle will completely change 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we can't go away 2 or
Yeah.
3, 4 times a year anymore like we want to once every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Which is going to suck because I really, really like to travel.
Yeah, but now we're traveling in groups. I won't forget one thing your uncle said to me when we were in Costa Rica.
Okay.
He said something along
Which uncle?
the lines.
Didn't I have more than one uncle with me?
Yes, it was uncle from Bermuda.
Okay.
Okay. He said he missed his kids when we were on vacation. I said, you know what, I totally understand that. But one thing with me personally, I told him that I don't think I would be looking forward to traveling with children. He said, listen, it's because you don't have any is why you think like that.
Right.
If you had them, you would be more than happy to travel with them. But when you travel with them, you would wish that they weren't with you. But it's just you would want them around you so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from that point of view, I totally get it. It's just like something, this is the furthest thing from children, but this is the only thing that I could relate to. Kelly used to have a cat before we had this cat here.
Oh.
All right? Kelly came to me one day and said, hey, can your cat stay at your house because my mom doesn't want him at the house anymore? I said, no, I don't want no cat. What am I going to do with a cat? I said, but they're going to get rid of him. I said, Kelly, it's only a cat. Who cares?
I was so upset.
Yeah. And I
almost broke up with you over that.
What? It was, Kelly, it was at that time, it was only a cat. It was only a cat.
I almost broke up with you at that point.
Because I said it was only a cat?
Yeah, because he's not a cat, just a cat. Mm-hmm. He may have been the family cat. Technically, he wasn't even my cat.
Yeah.
I think he was my brother's cat, but that's not the point. You know that cats like me.
Mm-hmm. He was a pass-around cat. So then my niece now, she was going away to school in Montreal. She said, listen, she took the cat 1 and 2 times with Montreal, but when she came back home, the cat would be in Montreal for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days by himself. He didn't like it. She didn't really like it. So she came to me and said, hey, can you take my cat?
And what did you say, Sheldon?
I said, you know what? Since this is the second time I've been approached on this situation, sure, let me take this cat. So we took this cat. And this cat
has been
one of the greatest things that we brought in the house. His name is Chico.
Chico's my baby.
Yes.
He's not even my cat.
But he loves Kelly way more than he even likes me.
He doesn't like you at all.
At all. The only time he likes me is when I give him treats. He's rude. Yeah, so then
Chico is like my buddy, my baby.
Yeah, so then that's the only thing I could really equate to a child and understand what a real parent would say for the way their child loves them, where they wouldn't want to be away from their child or anything. Because I see the bond like you and Chico have, and I know the bond me and Chico have. And again, a couple years ago, it was just a cat. But if anything was to happen to Chico or anything, you couldn't tell me that's just a cat. That's Chico.
Yeah, I get
Chico
it.
is a part of the family.
He's my baby.
He's the third one in the house. He has his own room.
And when we don't see him,
You know when a child's too quiet?
he's usually up to something.
Yeah, that's Chico too. So when he's too quiet, you know he's definitely up to something. So then from that point of view, I could really understand what a parent says when they say they love their child.
And they miss them.
Yes, from that point of view. When we're on vacation and we call back home, somebody's at the house. First person we're asking, you see, we refer to him as a person.
We do.
First
we do
thing
call
we're
him a
asking
person.
for
Oh my
is Chico.
goodness.
How's Chico? Totally, he has his own room. So yeah, he's a person. So I understand.
And he has a special water fountain.
Yes, all that good stuff.
Chico
Mr.
has
Chico.
everything. He's got an automatic litter box cleaner. He's got an automatic water fountain.
Yeah, he has a good
He's
life.
got an automatic feeder.
He has a good life.
He's got toys.
Yeah.
A bed. The cat has everything.
Yeah. So then that would be considered our child. So would you actually give a time limit where we would stop trying naturally to have children? Would it be in the next 10 years, 20 years,
Given
5
my
months?
age, I would say in the next... How old am I? Hold on, I have to do the math.
Yeah.
I would say in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years?
Yes.
Okay, so that gives us enough time to jet set around the world and do all that good stuff and then really settle down into growing our family.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I had a good friend that traveled the world with his daughter. Right now, his daughter is so brilliant because of what you showed her right across the world.
But you learn things. I think traveling the world with taking a child around the world gives them an opportunity to live outside of their own little bubble.
Yeah.
Gives them an opportunity to experience life for other people and other cultures. Yeah. And gives you a chance to see that what we have here is amazing.
Of course,
there
100%.
are a lot of people, a lot of places that cannot dream of having the same kind of life that we do.
No, definitely. And I remember that
it's those world experiences are a learning experience for those children, and it stays with them.
When I really appreciated it most was when we were in Cuba and when we were in the Dominican. We were just
so you're throwing out a lot of countries right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to parking lot those countries, and I got a question for you.
Okay.
So let's finish the talk about the kids.
Okay.
And then I got a question for you.
You got a question for me? No problem.
Yes.
So, did we establish how we feel when people ask us about kids and if we want kids?
I don't like it. We did not talk about that, I'm going to put it out there.
Okay.
I do not like when people ask me about us not having children.
Okay, fair enough.
You don't know the kind of struggle or you don't know what we've been through, what we are going through, what our plans are. Yeah. You don't know if we've been told that you'll never be able to have children. Yeah. You don't know if we've been told that you just can't have children right now or you can't have children naturally. You have no idea what the struggle is. In our home, why we don't have children. I absolutely despise when people ask me that question.
And I totally agree. But you see, it comes down to culture. Our culture, what we say and what we do, it's not really, people don't take other people's feelings into account generally. We get fataga. You know what I mean? It's how do you say stuff like that? You really don't know what's going on in somebody's life. If me and you were on that level, then you could talk to me. Right. But as a random almost.
I don't like when people ask me that question. But the only people that I will not get upset with for asking me that question is my mom and my grandma.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Because grandma, same one, she would say, "We get fatago."
My grandma would never say that to me.
I would swear she said that to me.
Mama would never say that to me.
I think she said it to me.
Probably you, because maybe she doesn't like you. But
wow,
I'm kidding. Grandma loves you.
I'm sending you this podcast so you can listen to it and hear how your granddaughter is talking to your lovely grandson.
Mama loves you. It's fine. She does.
Yeah.
But they're the only ones that I don't have a problem with asking me that question. But I do have a problem when other people do. Yeah. I just feel like you don't know what's going on in my life. You don't know what's running through my head. Yeah. You have no idea what I've tried, what I haven't tried, what I'm thinking about trying, what I'm doing, where we're going, what we're doing. If we want, if we don't want, if we've had, if we've lost. Yeah. For all you know, I've lost children. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's such an inappropriate question. It seems like such an innocent thing to ask. Yeah. And for a lot of people, they feel like it's just an innocent question because having children, why wouldn't anyone have any kids, right? It seems like an innocent question, but it's so loaded.
Yeah. But I understand where they're coming from because as a man now, I don't mind when people ask, but it's their reaction after the fact. It always seems a bit kind of weird because, again, everybody knows I don't hide my age. I'm a public book. Anything you want to know about me, either ask, you can look around, you'll see and find out. Yeah. When they hear you're over 40 with no kids, it's like some of them, what they say to you is one thing, but their physical reaction is a completely different thing. You know what I mean? So I'm not watching your mouth. I'm watching how you reacted to what I say to you. And I'm okay with it. It is what it is. Because as I said, I live an amazing life. Life is hard, you know. When I say amazing, as in I've got to do a lot of stuff that I couldn't even dreamt of when I was a kid coming up. Yeah. That doesn't mean we don't struggle all the time. Struggle every day. I probably struggling before I push record on this podcast. And I'm probably going to struggle after I push end on the podcast also. But it's just part of the deal. You know what I mean? An amazing life so far. So I don't mind, but I understand as a woman where you would feel kind of funny about, especially randoms, just asking you those type of questions.
Right.
You know what
I don't like it.
All right, so then let's move on to this other question you wanted to ask me
So
when I
you
said
were
about
going to
traveling.
ask our good friends listening to our podcast first about, what was the question you were going to ask them?
All of our listeners, this is for the listeners that don't have any children. Do you mind when people ask you about you having children or not, or you don't mind? Especially the listeners that's a couple, whether you're common law, a couple together, or married that doesn't have children, send us an email at triplelpodcast@gmail.com and tell us, do you mind if people ask you about your children, if you have children, or if you plan on having any children?
Or why don't you have children?
Yes.
Do you even want children?
Yes. If that
Are you
kind
even
of
trying?
Do you find that kind of question?
Are you going to do
invasive?
fertility treatment?
Yeah.
Why
do you
not?
find it invasive, or do you think it's
Completely.
something appropriate that somebody should ask? Send us a DM on Instagram at Triple L Podcast and let's talk. Let's stay social. What did you want to ask me now about these trips?
Oh, you were rhyming off a wonderful life that we've been through. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to ask you if you remembered from 10 years ago when shortly after we started dating.
Okay.
And I asked you, let's go on a trip. This was probably April, and I think you were going to Florida.
Okay.
And you went with your friend.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, Sheldon, let's go on a trip. And what was your response?
Sure, baby. I love you. I love you so much. You just tell me where you want to go,
goodness.
And we will go. Was that not my response, baby?
Lies and propaganda. You told me you don't want to travel. You can't leave the store. You can't go away.
Okay.
All right.
That's her version, and I have my version.
Everybody who knows you knows what the truth to that would have been. I'm going to call your sister right now and put her on the phone so she can tell the people, oh, yeah, that sounds like Sheldon.
Wow. You see my family again throwing me under the bus. But I still love you guys.
All right. So then my other question for you then was, okay, after you gave me the whole spiel about you not wanting to go anywhere and you not wanting to travel, can you name all the places we've been in the past 10 years?
Could I name all of the places? Okay, I could remember some of them.
So try to go in chronological order. If you go in chronological order, it'll start coming back to you. Starting from 2008.
2008, the first place we went would have been New York.
Yes.
That was the first place. And I think we had stayed downtown Brooklyn.
Yes.
At the Marriott Hotel.
Yes, we did.
Yes, that was the first one. The second.
Should I get my buzzer out so I can ding 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 when you get right?
No, hold on. You're jumping.
Okay,
Babes,
I'm sorry.
We didn't even get there yet. You're jumping.
I know, but it just sounds. Okay,
don't worry.
Never mind. All right.
It was, and I think the second one after that might have been either.
You don't have to get them in order. You just have to.
Jamaica or Bermuda.
No.
It wasn't. Those weren't second.
No.
Next one would have been Cuba.
You made me go back to New York again, like 5 times.
Okay.
With those overnight drives where we left on like Friday night, drove all night Friday night, spent the whole Saturday shopping, drove back home all night Saturday night.
They know. We spoke about it on the previous podcast. They know.
We did all of those.
Yeah, so
a million other times to New York.
So it was Jamaica, Cuba, New York a couple of times, Bermuda, Greece, Costa Rica, and we did Nicaragua same time. Did I say Dominican?
No, you didn't.
Dominican, Jamaica a bunch of times, Connecticut, Florida.
Oh yeah, we did go to Connecticut, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We went to Connecticut straight after Jamaica, I think it was.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Jamaica, and then I think a week after that was your brother's wedding, and then we went to Connecticut. A lot of the states, only place in Europe so far was Greece. I'm pretty sure I'm missing 1 or 2 places, but that's what I remember off the top of my head.
And what are you looking forward to about our travel this year? Where are you looking to go?
Definitely one of my dream trips, as simple as it seems, is Vegas. That's one of my dream trips. I just want to go and see.
You just want to see what it is.
I just want to
like you have this picture in your head that girls are just walking down the street naked, don't you?
No, I just want to. You know when you.
I feel like that's what you do. Like you see the cartoons.
Yeah.
Well, you don't watch cartoons. You see, we don't have cable.
Yeah.
You don't watch TV.
No.
You see stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
With the women in their cocktail dresses or their little their feathers and their bikinis. I feel like you think that they're just walking down the strip like that.
No, my thing is more, you remember when we went to Greece and we went to the Acropolis?
Yes.
That energy you felt seeing it live and in person was completely different than seeing it on any picture. And I just want to go see the lights. I just want to take in that energy. Just like when we used to go to New York all the time. I used to tell you, I like going to New York just to soak it in.
Okay.
To feel that vibe. Vegas is definitely where
I'm not a fan of New York.
You're not no, she always says the same. She's not a fan. But I like the bustle, the energy. I can't stay there too long, but I like the energy.
That's too much.
I love the energy.
Too many people.
Big up all my New York people. Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island, Long Island,
are any of
Bronx.
them listening to you?
Of course. Anybody that's listening from New York, send us a DM. Send us a heart on our page on Instagram.
I think the most fun I've ever had in New York was when we went for a New Year's Eve.
When we went for New Year's Eve, were we staying in Jersey or
no, we
were
were staying in Brooklyn?
Okay.
At the Marriott.
Okay.
And I think that was the most fun I've ever had in New York City, because that was the only time I didn't go driving on one of your crazy drives to go do one of your crazy supply things.
Yeah, one of my things.
This was actually a let's go to New York and do what the tourists do in New York and explore and have fun. We went to Times Square.
We went to a comedy show there also.
Yes, we did.
That was in Times Square. We also, it was a couple of stuff we did. I think we went on a bus ride too and stuff like that.
I don't remember that, but sure.
That was cool. Definitely big up New York. I love New York. I like the energy. Can't live there, can't stay there too long, but I love the vibe.
Yeah.
That's what
I
like.
So we have to go back to Costa Rica, because you know how much I love from the bottom of my heart. Mm-hmm. I love sloths.
Yes, she does.
Absolutely love sloths.
Sloth lover.
And I was so disappointed that I didn't get to meet one when we were in Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. You have to take me back to Central or South America so I can meet some sloths.
No problem. Because remember, we were on one side of the country and they were on the other side. I think we were probably on the Caribbean.
Hours.
And they might have been on the Pacific.
No, we were on the other side.
We were on the Pacific and they were on the Caribbean.
So you have to take me back. I need to see the sloths.
No, I have no problem. When it comes to those kind of trips, I have no problem. We'll go back anytime. But first stop for the year is Vegas.
Okay.
Vegas. That's where I want to see.
I'm less excited than you to see Vegas.
My second trip that I want us to take so bad, I want to go to Japan.
I know.
I want to go to Japan.
So you need to learn Japanese. Maybe you should watch some anime with me.
No. I heard there's a new app right now where within 20 minutes you'll learn a new language.
What? What is it? Yeah. I need to know.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
All right.
But you can watch some anime with me. You'll pick it up. I know how to count in Japanese because I watch Ichi-ni-san. Never mind.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Now, let's get to the fun part.
Oh, let me get my app open. Okay.
All right. Okay. This is a game. I call it the How Well Do You Know Your Partner game. What do you call it?
The real name is the Newlywed game.
Let me ask you guys something. We've been married for now 3.5 years. Is that still considered newlywed? Send us an email and tell us, or send us a DM. Tell us.
In my heart, it's still newlywed.
When do people stop being a newlywed?
When you stop feeling it.
So would you consider 10 years still newlywed?
If you feel that way.
I don't know. Send us. We really need to figure this out, people. When are you...
We don't need to figure anything out. Yeah. I'm still a newlywed in my heart. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. All right. Well, if that's what matters to you, that's what matters to you. All right. So
okay.
We have 5 questions. Kelly was extra and made 6. I came up with 5.
Extra. Okay. So let's explain the rules of the game.
Okay. Talk to them.
So everyone knows what we're doing. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the way that this game is going to work is that ahead of time, we were responsible for coming up with 5 questions each.
Okay.
About ourselves.
Okay.
So I've got a question about myself that I'm going to ask you, and you have to answer it and get it right.
Yes.
And I made sure that you wrote down your question and your answer. I don't know what your question is or your answer. You don't know what mine are.
Not at all.
But I made sure you wrote down your answer so you couldn't change it. Trying to make it seem like you won when you didn't.
Not at all.
Oh, I need a pen.
Need a pen? I got a pen right here.
We got to keep score.
Okay.
So
So what's a prize? What do we win?
A happy marriage. What do you mean? What do you win?
What do we? When I beat you and answer all of the questions, what do I win?
Oh, please, you're not winning.
Because that's what I want to know. What do I win? It's not a matter of what does the person win, because it's not going to be a person. It's going to be me. What do I win?
You win movie night with Chico.
I could deal with that as long as he stays quiet, which he usually does.
He
So
does.
okay.
During movie nights, he stays quiet. You give him a piece of popcorn, he's good.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's get this game on the road. I'm going to let you start first.
You're going to let me ask the question first?
Ladies before gentlemen.
Okay. So, and I'm going to pick one of my random 5 questions to ask you.
It's really 6 people. I asked for 5. She came up with 6 just to be extra.
All right.
Okay, so go.
What is my middle name?
Your middle name is Shauna Lee. Daha.
Fine, you got that one right.
Ha
Look, see, I gave you a ding.
Thank you. Okay.
Fine, 1 point for Sheldon.
All right, good. So, what is my favorite color?
Black.
Oh, you got one. All right, Kelly.
All right, okay. All right. What is my favorite color?
Your favorite color is...
You're looking at my answer.
I'm not looking at your answer. Your favorite color is pink.
Okay, fine.
Come on, Kelly.
You got that one right,
We
Sheldon.
know this
all right.
Okay.
Did everyone hear my ding?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the buzzer where I get to give you the buzzer.
Don't worry. As I told you, I'm winning, and I need my prize.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So next question this is actually the second question, my second question. What is my full birthday?
February 18th, 1975.
Woo-wee! Woo-wee!
All right. Okay.
All right, Kelly.
All right, Sheldon. Mm-hmm. Where did I go to high school?
You went to high school in
Your
Gilwood.
eyes are so wide right now.
Hold on. You went to high school in Gilwood. You went to high school at Laurier.
Oh, fine.
Come on, Kelly. Come on, Kelly.
That was a hard one. I'll give you the hand clap. How about that?
Thank you.
Wait, I gave me my point. That was your point.
You see, she's cheating already. All right.
This is your third question?
This is my third question.
Okay.
Where did we go for our first date?
I have the same question. I have the same question.
Uh-huh.
So, there's a nice story to this first date.
Okay, so first answer.
We went to Gabby's.
Okay. Good.
So.
All right, so give them the story.
The story is that really we ended up at Gabby's. Yeah. That was not supposed to be our first date. For the first and only time in your entire life. No, first of 2 times. The only other time you were ever on time was for our wedding.
Wow.
So that was the only time you were ever on time.
Stick a pin. The most important times in our life, I've been on time. Okay. Which was our first date and our wedding day.
You lured me in with being on time on our first date, and you were never on time for any other date after that until we got married. It's like, oh man, I got to set a good example. Let her know that I'm worth getting married. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So, first time ever on time.
Yes.
We get downtown.
Okay.
I hate driving downtown so much. I do not like driving downtown.
Okay.
So, we got downtown. After my sweaty palm and my anxiety getting down there, I got there. We parked the car. Fine.
He looked very nice that night, if I could tell you. Yes. Continue.
So we got downtown and we were walking along. I said, oh, Sheldon, where are we going? You'll see, it's a surprise. Okay. Do you want to? Then I said, okay, sure. We're walking along. We passed the bookstore and I was so excited because I love the bookstore.
Yeah, Kelly loves books.
And it was still open, which was surprising because it was like 10:30, I think, that night. And I said, oh, the bookstore is open. Can we stop and have a look? Yeah. I need a new book. I finished my last book. We'll stop on the way back, he said. Like, oh, where are we going? He goes, fine, I'll tell you. We're going to the movies.
Yes.
Okay. Like, what's the big surprise about going to the movies? Sure, whatever. We're going to the movies. Get to the movie theater. Theater's closed.
Dun, dun,
Missed the last movie.
Dun, dun, dun.
He says, okay, let's go back to the bookstore.
Okay.
Let's go back to the bookstore. We get to the bookstore. Bookstore's closed.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I said, Sheldon.
Yes?
Where are we going?
It's a surprise.
What are we doing?
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise. Let's just go for a walk. It's beautiful. It was an unseasonably warm January.
Yes, it was.
And so we went for a walk, and we walked, and we walked, and everywhere we went was closed. Until we got to Gabby's.
Yes.
So
that
we
was a
ended
surprise.
up at Gabby's in a little table in the corner because they were packed. They were like one of the only things open. We were in a table in the corner at Gabby's, and we stayed there for what, like 3-4 hours talking? Yeah.
I had a great time. You see, I told you I had a surprise. It's not like I didn't know where we were going. I didn't want you to know where we were going.
Okay, let's stick with that.
Yeah,
sure.
That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
And you can't make me
So
change.
I'm going to cross that off. It's a good thing I had an extra question.
Well, I guess you see her preparedness actually won this time.
My overthinking.
Yes, it actually came through this time. I got you.
Okay, so my question is, what kind of car do I drive, Sheldon? Your make and model. Your make and model. What kind of car do I drive, Sheldon?
It's a Ford SUV. Gray.
Model. That's not a model.
Model. It's not an Escape. It's I'm not okay. You got me on that one. I don't know. It's a 2016.
Okay.
It's a Ford SUV.
All right, so I'm gonna give you both,
and it's great.
Both and I'm gonna give you a half a point.
Hold on, that's not cool. That's
it's a
so not cool.
2016 Ford Edge.
I knew it wasn't an Escape. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Okay.
It was something. Okay.
All right, your turn.
Okay. I got one for you.
Okay.
When was the first time you met my family?
Easter 2008.
Wait. Okay, so you got it. You got it. All right, you got it. You got it. All right. So then now I just need to lag in by half a point. I don't like this game.
You were all excited when you thought you were winning.
If I answered, you asked me something, okay, and I answered 2 out of 3. That's more than half. That's a full point, pal.
You want? Okay, let's debate that a little bit. Maybe I'll give you 2/3.
No.
You got 2 out of 3. You said that.
No.
2/3.
No.
2/3.
No.
Did I tell you I'm competitive?
Clearly.
You got 2/3.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
My last question.
Okay.
What is my dream vacation destination?
Kelly's dream vacation destination is Bora Bora when you're inside of those cabins in the middle of the water. Can I please have my clap or whatever you're going to give me? I need my clap, Kelly. Can I clap? No, that's not clap. This is
No.
No, that's what's wrong here. I said clap. Clap? Hold on. So we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this.
I'm giving you all the sad faces.
Wow.
So close.
Wow. Okay, so tell them, where is your dream vacation?
Fiji.
As I told you guys, she wants to go to Fiji.
I gave you both of them at the same time.
As I told you, she wants to go to Fiji.
Nice try, Sheldon.
Rewind the podcast and you will hear.
No.
You will hear.
No.
Fiji.
No.
You will hear Fiji.
No.
All right. Okay.
Nice try.
Okay. All right.
I
You
won
got
that
me.
one.
Okay. Okay. So then
0 points for you.
Okay. No problem. I'll take that one. As a
Can I
man.
take away a point?
No. I'll take that one as a man. Okay.
I won then.
Okay. No. Hold on.
No, guaranteed, because you only got 3 and 2 quarters already.
I still have. Listen.
You got 3 and 2 quarters, and I got 4.
You thought you told me that you prepared 6 questions, and I didn't prepare 6.
Oh, you got a 6.
Uh huh.
Doesn't matter. You can't.
Of course.
Okay, no problem. I can come up with a 6 question on the fly.
So my question to you is this: who is my favorite artist of all time?
Bone Tequila. Yay! Kelly wins. I got perfect. Oh, this is like school. I got such a rush.
Listen, and you know the funny thing with it, you didn't hear the bass in her voice. Bon tequila, yeah. Gunshot, bad man business, born to killer. Yeah.
Because that's the same way that you say it every time.
Yes. Okay, all right. You won this round. All right.
I got perfect. I got 100%.
We're going to see if people really like this game here. And we might keep it in for a couple more segments because there's a lot more questions. So if you guys really like us playing this game and getting to know us more, send us a DM on Instagram at Triple L Podcast and tell us, should we continue to play this game so you get to know us some more, so we get to know each other some more? Tell us. Or send us an email also. Give them the correct spelling for the email.
So the email address is TRIPLELPODCAST
Triple
at gmail.com. That's the Triple L Podcast at gmail.com. If you have any questions that you would like us to ask each other, please send those as well. That would be awesome.
Right. Yeah, your DM or email. You know what I mean? Or even Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you're at, send us the questions. We want to be transparent, you know what I mean? And talk about as much stuff as possible.
If you have some topics that you would like us to cover as well, that would be awesome as well.
For sure. We're open. You know what I mean? Because there's still a lot more stuff we have to talk about. Still a lot more. As in when I had my kiosk. This time when I didn't know Kelly's name this time, she used to come over to the kiosk. And
I don't like where this is going.
And she used to do something, but I'm going to save that for the next episode. Because hold on, the next episode, we're going to go a bit deeper. We're going to talk about some stuff.
How much deeper can we go? We just talked about why we can't have kids.
We're going to talk about some stuff.
How much deeper can this possibly go?
We will find out next episode because we're going to talk about some stuff.
So the Kelly and Sheldon Bruce podcast might not be returning next week. I'm just saying, it might be the Sheldon Bruce podcast where he talks about how he lost the love of his life and now has no laughter.
Wow. Kelly, you're ridiculous. Come, let's close this up. You're going to give us what, the quote or the fact?
Start with the fact first, and then I'll leave you with a lovely inspirational quote.
All right, Kelly, give us our fact of the week.
So this week's fact is that human babies are born with roughly 300 bones. However, human adults have only 206 bones. So as the babies grow, some of their bones fuse together, so they go from roughly 300 bones to having 206 bones.
I guess
that's
almost
100 bones.
No, but I guess that's a growing process because it would kind of make sense.
A lot of those bones are more cartilage.
Okay.
So as they grow, they fuse together and become one.
Okay. And that's where your height and everything
And you also have to remember that, women carry those human beings inside their tummies.
Okay.
They have to fit in there.
Yeah. Okay, so they're all bent up and mushed. Whatever. For
lack of a better word, let's say mushed.
Yeah. Kelly said people's children in their stomach is mushed.
No, that's
coming. That's coming from you. Said it. That's coming from Kelly.
Anyway, so that goes from 300 bones at birth to 206 by the time you're an adult.
So you're actually, I guess, 94 bones get fused together.
You lose bones,
other bones.
Interesting.
Very interested. Never knew that before.
Okay.
All right. So then now give us the quote and let's get out of here, babes.
So this is a lovely inspirational quote to end off our week or carry you through the. I don't know when your week starts and ends.
Yeah. Something like that. From week to week.
Yes. Let's do that. So nothing is impossible. The word itself says that I am possible.
I am possible.
I'm possible. Sorry. Let me start again.
Yes.
Nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
The word itself says that I'm possible. This is a quote from Audrey Hepburn.
Definitely. That's a big one. That means everything you could dream of, conceive of, think of is possible. Take it from somebody like me. There's certain things that I've wanted and I put it out in the universe and miraculously, I got it. Miraculously, I got it. It's by putting it out there, you believe that it could be done. All right. So this is Sheldon Bruce.
And this is Kelly Bruce.
For the Triple L podcast. Triple L stands for love, life, and laughter, according to Kelly and Sheldon Bruce. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Now is 11:11. Make a wish and we're out of here.
Ooh, I can't tell you my wish. It's in my head.
She made a wish in her head. Kelly, tell them bye.
Bye. Have a great week.
See you guys later.